Hi, my name is Will Wolfson, and I'm playing the role of a regional sales manager for Gripple Products. Today I'm going to be attempting to make a sale to J.P. Hutchinson, also known as John Johnson, for the purposes of this video. Mr. Johnson owns a nursery located in Apopka, Florida. They grow ornamental plants as well as exotics to be planted in houses and for floral designs. Mr. Johnson is very passionate about what he does. He loves being a farmer. He's a family farmer, and his operation consists of over 2,000 plants and 50 species. John's a soft-spoken man. He has tan skin, blue eyes, and brown hair. He's friendly and jovial, and he is very sharp-witted. His favorite topics of discussion include the weather, if the fish are biting, and how the hunting is going. I plan to be straightforward and direct with Mr. Johnson, as this is his preferred communication style, and the assigned handling objectives that I have received are to compare and contrast, and also to use the direct denial method. My assigned closing strategy is an additional selling point. And now a little bit about the product. The product that I'll be selling today is the Gripple Pot Lock. The pot lock is used to firmly secure planter pots into the ground. It keeps containers from blowing over in a strong wind. So by using a screw and a drill, you screw your container into the ground and then it won't blow over in the wind. Objections that I expect to encounter while making this sale include the customer possibly being concerned with the price point, the customer possibly being concerned with the mobility of the product, and the customer possibly being concerned with the reusability of the product. Hey, Mr. Johnson, my name is Will Wolfson. I'm a regional sales manager with Gripple.
Nice to meet you, Will. How
Nice
you doing
to meet
today,
you. I'm doing very well. I see you have some beautiful bucks on the wall. Tell me a little bit about those.
I appreciate that. I shot this guy over here in north central Florida, in the Salachua area. And then I shot that guy over there. I got some property in Montana. We were out there and shot him a couple of seasons ago.
Those are some nice specimens you have there.
I appreciate that. You like to hunt?
Oh, I do. I'm a big hunter myself. I had a slow year this past year, though. It was pretty hot, and I think it just kept the deer down during daylight hours.
They were moving pretty slow this year for us, too.
Unfortunately, yeah, but maybe next year will be better.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's why they call it hunting.
So, Mr. Johnson, tell me a little bit about your operation here at Apopka.
So, my operation at Apopka is we specialize in ornamental species. We're entirely family run. We're second generation, so my dad owned it before myself. And we've got about 2,000 plants with a variety of about 50 species on about 20 acres of land.
Wow, that's a nice farm you have.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Johnson, as you know, I work for Gripple. My company manufactures tree trestling and fastening equipment used for a variety of things, from construction uses to agricultural uses. Interestingly enough, Gripple products are even used to hold together the longest fence in the world. Wow. This fence is in Australia. It's known as the Great Dingo Fence of Australia, and it stretches over 1,500 miles.
Wow.
Now, I know that you're not looking to build a dingo fence, but I do think I might have a product that would be of interest to you in your operation. Do you mind if I tell you a little bit more about the product?
Yeah, I'd be interested in hearing a little more about what you got going here.
Great. Mr. Johnson, the product I'd like to tell you a little bit more about is known as the Gripple Pot Lock. It's used to securely hold plants to the ground and keep them from blowing over.
Well, that's fantastic. I actually, we've been having a real problem lately with our plants. They've been growing really, really fast, and it's been really problematic for us because it's forcing us to come to a decision where do we hire more workers or do we scale back on our plants? And we need the more workers because as these plants continually grow super fast and a variety of things cause them to topple over. And so, we're constantly out there trying to prevent these plants from toppling over. So this sounds like something that could definitely be up my alley, something I'm interested in.
Absolutely. So could I tell you a little bit more about the pot lock?
Yeah, by all means, I'd like to hear it.
Great, I'd like to do that. So what the pot lock does is by using a simple washer and screw method drilled through the bottom of the container, it secures your plant in the ground. And the beautiful thing about the pot lock is that not only does it secure your plant in the ground, but it's also entirely mobile, and it will not allow your plant to blow over. So if your workers are typically spending the majority of their time picking up pots, if we were to install pot lock units on your farm, I believe we would see a drastic reduction in the maintenance needs around your farm in terms of workers riding toppled plants over. There's even a farmer that does business with me, and after installing pot lock products on his farm, he's noticed a 50% reduction in terms of the amount of people he needs working on his farm.
Wow.
So he has had to fire a few of his workers, but he no longer needs them because pots just aren't toppling over
It's a
anymore.
lot of money saved.
Absolutely. So once installed, the pot lock will firmly hold your plants anchored to the ground exactly where you left them. And the beautiful thing about that is it allows your grove to remain perfectly organized just the way you want it. And this allows you easy access for watering, fertilizing, pesticides, pruning your plants, etc.
Well, that sounds like a fascinating system that could really be tailored to my nursery and have some great application for sure.
Well, I know this product would be a great unit on your farm because I've already worked with farmers who do the same thing as you, and they've experienced great results with pot lock. Mr. Johnson, are you ready to make an order? Would you like to purchase 100 units of the pot lock?
Well, man, I'm currently in the process of hiring more people, so I'm definitely interested. Our inventory is well expanded beyond our workforce capabilities, but I'm trying to picture that product working well on my farms, and I'm just still a little concerned about its mobility. I was wondering if you could elaborate on this further.
Absolutely. I understand your concerns about its mobility, and I just want you to know that the pot lock is absolutely mobile. Just as easy as it is to install, it is to take out of the ground, and then you can remove it and place it, move it to another area on your farm, and reinstall it. Mr. Johnson, I've got this video I'd like to show you. It depicts how the pot lock is installed and how it works, and I think it would help you to understand the product a lot better. Would you mind if I showed it to you?
Yeah, go ahead. We can.
Great.
Right here.
Let me just pull it up here on this computer for you. So here's the pot lock video. It'll show you exactly how it works and the installation process. That's the pot lock.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a nursery just like yours. As you can see, the pot lock is adjustable to fit a variety of different sized planters, and it can be quickly installed with just the use of a regular power drill and our pot lock drill bit. So the unit is screwed into the ground through the bottom of the planter. You replace the plant into the pot, and it's now locked in and will not blow over in the wind. The elevated the planter also creates better air pruning for the plant, so you'll see a higher growth rate as well. So you get an idea. You can see how quickly the worker is able to install these, and it's a quick install once you get a few guys going on it.
Yeah.
So that's that, Mr. Johnson.
Well, no, that was great. And it was nice to be able to see that actually in action and working.
Great, yeah.
Great. So I can now see that pot lock is definitely pretty mobile. So how much do those cost?
Okay, so the base unit price of the pot lock is $2.50.
Okay. And that comes with what does that all come with? That comes with the 3-pronged plastic piece in the metal drill bit.
Absolutely, it includes the 3-pronged piece, the pot lock drill bit, as well as pots for a variety of sizes to utilize in it. Although you can utilize any sort of pot with this product.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a fairly expensive markup from similar anchoring devices that I've developed in the past using wood or cinder block. So I'm not sure that's going to be necessarily a sell for me.
Mm-hmm. I understand your price concerns, Mr. Johnson, and you're not the first farmer who's been concerned with this. But when we look at the value analysis, which I've emailed to you if you want to pull that up,
yeah.
You'll see that the freight costs Moving a cinder block weighs 37 pounds. A potlock weighs 1 pound. So you're 36 pounds lighter on one unit. So in terms of freight costs, you're going to save money. Let's go ahead and look at the value analysis.
Yeah.
So you're going to save money on freight. For instance, to move a cinder block, it's going to take a dual axle truck and a dual axle trailer, whereas a potlock you can do with just the bed of one standard pickup truck.
Wow.
The potlock also has a far superior useful working life. It has a 12-year working life, whereas a cinder block only has a 6-year working life. So you have 6 extra years to utilize this product on your farm. And the most beautiful thing about the potlock is its maintenance costs after installation.
Yeah.
After you install it, you're going to have 0 maintenance requirements whatsoever, whereas you will most certainly have maintenance requirements if you're using cinder blocks or wood, as you know, because these anchoring devices tend to move and they don't always hold your planters where you want them to stay.
Well, you know I'm a farm boy. My mom always told me that no cost is a good cost, so I like the sound of that.
Right, and I can guarantee you will see savings within the first 6 months of you utilizing the potlock, as you can see in this value analysis sheet.
Yeah, no, this is definitely helpful.
So, Mr. Johnson, do you now understand why the potlock is slightly more expensive than the comparable other products?
Yeah, you know, initially I thought it was a little expensive, but after seeing the cost breakdown of the time it takes to install 100 units, you know, it's about a half day's labor, and then you know, its useful working life is double its competition. So I think when you price it out, it's probably more than comparable in the long run for sure.
Absolutely, this is your most effective cost option for holding up your plants and your inventory. The potlock is reusable. You can move it. It's adjustable. But the feature that I think you will like the most is its ability to be installed in less than a day's time.
Yeah.
If you're trying to install a securing device in your grove out of wood or cinder block, you're going to be spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on labor, paying your men to set it up, customizing the units for each and every plant, and given these are still going to move. With the potlock, it takes 1 day to install 200 units. That's 2 men working, and once it's locked in, it's there to stay. You have a 12-year useful working life. Your plants aren't going to blow over, and this product is really going to serve you well. Mr. Johnson, can I put you on my books for a 1,000-unit order?
I think 1,000 sounds great. Let's go ahead and get it going, Mr. Wolfson.
Great. I appreciate your business, Mr. Johnson. I will not let you down.
Thanks. I look forward to it.
Now, Mr. Johnson, I do want you to know that I'm willing to assist you with installation. I'm going to give you my personal cell number, and if you ever have any questions or concerns, you can know that I'll always answer my phone and be of assistance to you. I'm very confident in this product. We've seen it have success on many different operations, and I know it's going to be successful on yours. So now our number 1 priority is getting this unit in the grounds and letting it start saving you money. I'm looking forward to doing business with you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you again.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Will.
Absolutely.